Welcome to the Windy City Benders podcast, presented by Beer League Talk with your hosts, Nolly, Poetzy, Jarom, and Tanner.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to episode... What?
You literally started talking and then you just cut out. And then the video disappeared.
Oh, sorry.
Just like how you said it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to disappear.
Yeah. What's going on, everybody? Episode 72 of the Windy City Bender podcast, brought to you by Beer League Talk. Early Sunday morning recording coming at you with Poetz and Nolly.
Nolly.
Tanner.
Tanner.
And Jarom.
And Jarom.
Yeah.
And Poetz.
And me. Yeah. And Poetz. Almost not Poetz. I almost overslept. But I did oversleep. And that's all right. We're going to be fine. I actually got a pretty decent amount to talk about today since hockey technically is back. A little bit.
There's hockey with jerseys of the teams that we watch.
With jerseys of the teams that we watch. And goals are being scored, saves are being made. So,
Scores.
It's back. Scores. Yeah, it's back. Yeah. It's back. So, how is everybody doing? First of all, before we get into it, group therapy, real quick. How are we doing?
Well, it would have been a lot better if we started about a half hour ago.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Sorry.
You set your alarm for 8:30 p.m. So
I did.
Works.
I did.
I just
Would you have slept all the way till then?
What
was it that woke you up?
The very last ring of your FaceTime.
Oh, really? It wasn't
the very
51. It wasn't the 50 text messages.
No, because I didn't have my. I had the silencer on.
All right. I see how it is. You silence our group, whatever.
No, I didn't have my ringer on.
Yeah.
Okay, it still vibrates.
Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll argue about this later.
Yeah, we'll argue about it later. We'll figure it out.
Don't worry about it.
It is going to be a real good one.
It's good Sunday. My birthday's tomorrow.
Says who?
Me. My birth certificate.
I need to see that to check that out.
Okay.
I am 12.
I'm a little confused as to why that had to be popped out.
Yeah.
Nobody remembers it's tomorrow and they're not saying anything.
It was I had to cough. Is there something wrong with that? Yeah.
All right. Well, happy pre-birthday then, Tanner.
Yeah.
I guess. Is the party that you're working at work today, is that for you or?
Yes.
Nice.
You don't get to drink though. You have to work, right?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations on being born.
All right, let's get started.
Throw me some drinks, please.
Oh god.
So are we restarting this or?
I don't know. I don't know.
This is fucking great.
Fine. Starting out with quite a bit of Hawks. Well, that one kind of worked though, because it was a bit of like a stretch and a yawn. Yeah, that was good.
Thanks. It was natural.
I liked it.
I actually said Hawks, but it was just such a. Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Well, Hawks games are back in the form of the rookie prospect.
Yes.
It scared the shit out of me.
What the fuck?
Scared the actual shit out of me.
I thought something happened, like an ice cream man
too.
drove up or something. Yeah, all right. So
well, they're out in Michigan, Traverse City. Yep, there it is. That's the video that just popped up.
I was gonna say, what the fuck?
Out in Traverse City, started out with an overtime win on Thursday night, I believe. over the Detroit Red Wings. Adam Boquist with a overtime game winner from the goal line.
How
Gives
bad?
the Hawks a victory there, and then they played the Toronto Maple Leafs last night. Ended up losing. I believe the end of that score was like 5 or 6-2 or something like that.
Yeah, for Detroit, I'm pretty sure they were down. I don't remember. I think they were down like 4-1 or something like that. Also,
No, Detroit was down. The Hawks were up.
That's what
after
it
the
was.
first.
Yeah, it was flipped. Yeah, they had a good first period, and then the second period kind of fell apart, and then nothing really happened in the third, and then it went to overtime. And not only did Boquist get the game-winning goal,
He did
Kirby
it.
Doc.
He
And
did
a
it.
beauty.
They ended up giving
was it?
to Hagel.
He can frig off. We don't know who got it. It was a bomb. It wasn't redirected. But yeah, I mean, still you get Doc feeding it over to Boquist, who got a nice shot off, and whether he was redirected or not, I mean, they were both a part of that game-winning goal. So that's big, and that's what you want to see.
It only took him like 42 seconds to score too, which is just fucking just marched down there and just fucking buried it. Let's go.
Well, and Kirby Doc got one of his own on a breakaway.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think we're about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
He's got some serious reach because he does this same move. We've seen this a couple of times already.
And
where
it works
he'll come
every
in,
single time.
Right. He'll go to his backhand, stop on a dime, and then pull it all the way around to his forehand. And the goalie has nothing to do because his reach is like 11 feet.
Yeah, the goalie's already sliding, and he just tucks it home around the goalie.
He just kind of stands over him like, "What's up, bitch?"
Yeah, I just did that. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, and like we've seen that reach be used for that multiple times, and then just some great defensive play, stick lifting, and be able to reach around guys and stuff like that. I'm excited to see what he can do. There's a lot of videos I've been seeing too from like prospect camp and a couple of the other camps where he's just like buzzing like with the puck. Like he'll take it from around the net all the way up to the top of the blue line, and like he'll just be kind of gliding and like controlling the puck, going around guys and just waiting. Like he's got really good patience, waiting for the right play, waiting for somebody to get it open. So like I'm stoked to see what this kid can do.
Well, how about the video I sent to the group chat yesterday? Play was going into the Hawk zone, and Kirby Doc, Marion Hossa style, came up from behind, lifted the stick, turned around, came out into the neutral zone, and fired a bullet pass from blue line to blue line, cross ice, right on the tape, and started the rest the other way. Oh, yeah. Huge fan of that. Yeah, huge fan of that. That kind of thing is like that actually kind of turns me on a little bit. That kind of stuff like that really like gets my nipples hard.
One of my favorite things is watching guys just get dummied from behind, just like a stick lift that they had no idea was coming.
Oh, I was gonna say, geez, no. Psychopath. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Not getting Bertuzzi. That doesn't get me going.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about like more like Pornhub stuff, but okay, never mind.
Well, the police are after you after that comment. Like, come on,
no
dude.
Kidding.
No, but like a guy doesn't even realize there's somebody behind him. He gets stick lifted, and then by the time he looks around to see that the guy stick lifted him, the guy who stick lifted him is already turned around and making a play. Right. I love watching that stuff.
Datsuk would do that all the time.
Datsuk and Hossa were two of the best to ever do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what Doc can do with that kind of role and that kind of reach. And like we keep saying with Strome and Taze in front of him, these guys are all similar players, man. It's going to be, if he can make the team, it's going to be a solid 1-2-3 punch.
Do you kind of want him to make the team now, just so he can be around these guys? He's kind of shown that he could step into that third line too, be that third line center for sure.
Get about 12 minutes a night, 12 to 15 minutes a night, and just see what he can do with it for now.
Yeah, and then if he's able to keep a handle on that, I'd increase it.
Yeah, absolutely, and even maybe throw him on maybe some PK time, PK2 or power play 2, depending.
100%. Well, the Hawks. I'm reading right now. The Hawks had a 4-minute power play yesterday, and that's why there was like 5 different videos that came out of a power play last night. And the movement that they had on it, not just from the Hawks in general, but from 2 specific people, Kirby Doc and Adam Boquist, was incredible. Adam Boquist he just moves the entire time. Like, he's not stationary at all. He's just moving around, making things.
Yeah, I mean, I think having Campbell up in London last year was one of the smartest things the Hawks could have done. Just to have him like talk to a professional while he's like preparing to become a professional and just trying to make that jump as soon as he can, just knowing what to do in each situation, making sure like plays like that where your feet are just moving constantly, because you can't be stationary, especially as a defenseman. Like, whether you're going one way or the other, you could get burned if you're just standing there. But yeah, like a lot of those videos too, it was like Campbell was saying like, well, when I was your age, this is what I would have liked to know. And I think that's like one of the coolest things. So I think that's huge for the Hawks, and I hope they keep doing stuff like that for their big prospects.
Yeah, definitely.
It'd be nice to see if like the way that Campbell's kind of the similar type player to like Boquist, if like with like their draft picks or whatever, they get guys that are like in that kind of same like role or position, like to like help these kids out, instead of just like somebody that's like
some rando.
Yeah, like I wouldn't want like some defensive defenseman to teach Boquist how to like go up and like, even though they have completely different play styles, like their play styles are pretty similar, which is really awesome for them to just kind of like have him learn from Campbell, who was in the NHL for so fucking long, you know?
Right. Yeah, and it's probably easier for Campbell knowing that like Boquist is like similar to what he played, so it's easy for him to be like, yeah, in this situation I would have done this, instead of like, well, I would have just stood there because I wouldn't have pinched at all because I don't have good feet.
Right.
Do you think Boquist is gonna like dummy somebody in the playoffs like Campbell did to RJ Umberger? Or do you think he taught him how to do that? Or
I hope so.
Oh, he's big enough.
That would be fun.
God,
I mean,
it's one of the best hits of all time.
Shot try of all time.
If he just picks up some speed and catches somebody with their head down, I bet he can surprise some people.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah.
Cool. Well, they're back again against St. Louis on Monday night. So they'll have an off day tonight and get back to it once again tomorrow. So, and it sounds like throughout this whole thing, not only are the two of them doing really well, Nicholas Beaudin seems to be doing really, really well. And then yesterday, I guess a big standout was Philip Kurashev as well. So
I saw that Chad Chris had a couple points last game too, or he had 2 assists. They only had 2 goals, right? So he had 2 assists on both of them. So
Entwistle too was doing pretty good.
Entwistle had a goal last game. Yeah,
Entwistle.
Yeah.
Entwistle.
So a lot of guys trying. I think they're trying to make the team out of camp, and there's not many openings. So
yeah,
we'll see.
So go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, that's one of the cool things about like the young guys these days is like they are showing so much skill and like so much determination to try and make the team at such a young age, because they've seen it happen in the NHL, and like they know if like they can keep going and like make it at a younger age, they can get paid fucking way earlier, which is cool for them. And
they can get their RFA years out of the way and hold out for more money.
So let's talk for a hot second. Obviously, we've been talking about people who are at this camp doing really well. Let's talk about poor
people who weren't at the camp.
Sean Element, captain of the Titans, who was unable to attend this prospect tournament because the Blackhawks forgot to file the paperwork on him. That's ridiculous. That's actually like, that is absurd.
Where have we heard that before?
Yeah, when did Dale Talon come back to Chicago?
That is
so. I got a couple thoughts. Is that like this kid wasn't going to make the team anyway, so we're not worried about it, or like what? Like, did you really just forget? Did you forget he's one of your prospects? Like,
he's so irrelevant that
that's what I'm saying. I mean, I feel bad for the kid. It's his chance to go show something, and two, like, the team didn't even remember to like do. Like, you're the only person that they forgot. Like, that's a tough look. Like, if I'm him, I'm just like, all right, well, I'm gonna go try and play somewhere else, I guess.
Yeah.
Trade
Well,
me right fucking now.
At that point, if I'm Sean Elman, I want to be like, okay, like what else can I get then? Because like I'm working my dick off in order to make this prospect tournament, and you forgot to file the paperwork. Like what am I going to get out of that then? Like, can you put like a word in for a different team then so I can go to their prospect tournament, or like give me something here because I'm just out in the dust now.
I want some damn compensation.
Honest to God, like I would be furious. The good thing is that he's a 19-year-old, so I mean he's obviously got more opportunity in the next coming years to kind of figure this out. But
so is that just for this tournament, or does that mean all training camp too?
No, just the camp.
I would assume just the tournament. Yeah,
Okay.
It was just the tournament.
Yeah,
he's at home on his couch with his dad watching his team get a ring. How would you feel?
Yeah.
Jesus. He just gets to miss out on Traverse City, which is that's okay.
Yeah,
he'll do anything to win a gold medal. He'll do anything.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we said it. Not the first time this has happened for the Blackhawks back in 2010. They quote unquote forgot to send their qualifying offer to Dustin Byfuglien and Andrew Ladd. So
Dustin Byfuglien,
you know,
which I mean, yep.
Kind of ridiculous.
A world-class organization can't do their like main job.
I just like who doesn't check these things? Like,
yeah.
all right. So what we have to do at the end of the day? Okay, let's. I think I did it all. Fuck it. Like what?
I want that guy's job. Like one, you never heard that he got fired, and two, like if he's doing this bad of a job, I think I can make sure that I can get some paperwork done.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'll be writing on the papers, but I'll be able to send them somewhere.
I was going to say there's an opening in that position now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like my paychecks to say Blackhawks on it. That'd be pretty cool.
Even if it's a $1 paycheck, I'll take it. Hey, I'm on the Blackhawks, you know.
But yeah, I guess other than that, things are going pretty well for the Hawks a little bit. Finally got that contract signed with Brendan Perlini.
That goddamn standoff we had going.
Yeah, finally.
What a reamer that one was. I was literally thinking the other day, I was just like, when the fuck are they going to sign Perlini? Like, camp's coming up and the training camp's coming up. When is he going to sign?
I felt like every week it was like, all right, next week they'll have him signed. Next week they'll have him signed. Next week they'll have him signed. I'm like, well, it's been about 5 of those. So
there's not many more weeks to go.
What's going on?
What was the holdup? Did they ever say really, or
I didn't really hear anything.
Money. It's probably money.
Probably the money. Maybe some term, but a little bit of the money.
Yeah, one of those two options that it comes down to on a contract. I'd say it's probably one of those things.
Well, no,
I think the Hawks.
Look at what he signed. I'm saying, you look at what he signed for. It's like it's kind of like Nylander. It's like you waited that long for that.
Maybe they were only offering him like $750 or something like that. Or
well, I think
8.
they had the deal back. They had the deal done back in July. They just forgot to send the paperwork out until now.
They're like, oh fuck, we fucked this kid at camp. We got to make sure we get Perlini's paperwork in.
It's the same guy. All right, let's see what else you didn't send out. Son of a bitch, Perlini's not signed.
Perlini
yet?
hasn't been signed.
God damn it!
It's been sitting on his desk for
what the hell? Yeah,
they tweeted out. And Perlini gets like a notification like, we signed this months ago. What the fuck are they talking about?
I was at the Hawks convention. What do you mean?
I didn't hold out for anything. You mean I could have held out on them?
I could have got more? Son of a bitch. But he did sign for 1 year, $874,125.
Yeah. No bonuses or anything.
No, I mean, kind of typical. I feel after they did hold out for this long, but you know,
this is definitely a prove it
year
contract, 100%. I mean, after he came over, I mean, obviously he wasn't doing well in Arizona. He played last year. He played 22 games, had only 6 points, and he came over to the Hawks, played 46. Ended up with 15 points, 12 goals. He went on a hot streak, though, where there was a couple games in a row where he was just popping them home.
Didn't he have like 6 in like 4 games or something like that?
Yeah, it was quite a few, like right in a row. So, I mean, I mean, if he was holding out, I mean, that's what the Hawks probably argued. He's probably like, well, look at what I did once I came over. And they were probably like, yeah, but look how many goals you had in just a short period. That's like literally half your goals from the season in 4 games. So, I mean, I'm excited to see what he can do because he seems like he could be streaky, but he seems like he has a nose for the net and he can bury some garbage in front of the net.
He's got some timely goals too. Like, I mean, he scored in the Winter Classic. Looking at the hat trick that he got against Arizona, I think that was like a 7-1 hockey game, but still, like the hat trick goal he scored at the buzzer. You know, you know. So I mean, I really like what, and that was actually one of my favorite moments of the year, also from last year, was that hat trick goal at the buzzer. So yeah, I mean, I like what he's got. He's gritty, works hard, but he's also what he does is clean. You know, he's not throwing cheap shots or anything around. So I think actually he and Andrew Shaw could work pretty well together on a line.
And maybe Carpenter.
Yeah. I was gonna say
really just a bad line.
What was it last year? He kind of bounced up and down throughout the lineup, right? So that's what you're talking about, like him being streaky. Because like when he was hot, you definitely noticed like he's all over the ice and he was basically every time he was out there. And then there was times where you're like, is he playing today? Like,
that's definitely true too. Because it's hard when you're jumping around the lineup to find that groove when you don't have the same line mates every game or even every shift. When you're getting moved around a lot, it's hard to find your game and your minutes change. So like you're not out there as much compared, like, because he played with Taste for a couple games and then he would drop down to the third line.
Right.
So that's tough. So I mean, set him in a specific line and just keep it there for a while. And I'm excited to see what he could do.
Yeah, you can see some production from him, like from the third line. That'd be good. Like some
especially with like Anisimov gone, and Anisimov, they used to stick him in front of the net on some of the power plays. I could see him getting stuck in that role instead.
Ooh, him and
like
Kirby
power play too.
Him and Kirby Doc are going to be like 6'3" and 6'4" on the same line. That'd be fucking sick. Just big boys that can fucking truck and fucking score. Oh, that'd be nasty.
Imagine being like a short guy like Torrey Krug on the back end and just those two guys are barreling down on you. Like, where the fuck am I supposed to go?
What do I do?
It's like that interview. What was it, Bobby Ryan, when he kept trying to get it around Lindstrom and Lindstrom just kept batting it out of midair on him, and he's like, "Fuck Lindstrom, what do you want me to
do?" Is Perlini one of the guys that the Hawks can like build around, or is he kind of like a transition right now, like for more depth?
I think he could be both. I think he could be a depth guy right now, but I think he could be later on somebody that keep as depth, because obviously we've seen it. You need role players to do well, aka a Brian Bickle or Dave Bolin. You know what I'm saying? But no, like I think he'd be a very skilled, like third line depth guy, like that can score those timely goals, like a kind of like a Ben Eager almost.
Yeah. Well, and if somebody gets hurt or if they need some in-game adjustments, they can always move him up to the first or second line, because I know that he could play with those kinds of guys too. Yeah. I mean, the other thing with him is he's fast as shit.
Yeah, he can wheels.
Move.
Yeah,
he can move. So I mean, he could keep up with the best of them. So it's just making sure that.
So he's definitely a guy. He's definitely a guy you can see the Hawks wanting to keep around for a little bit.
And I feel like it's a guy that you can get at a cheaper price.
Cheaper.
Which he can also probably pot about 25 fucking goals. Like if he's getting
20, I'm happy.
Yeah, like his career high was like 17 in Arizona, and that was only playing 74 games. So if you give him a full season on the Hawks with the way that like they were scoring towards the end of the year, which was like stop.
Right. And that's the thing too. I mean, you think he had a transition part of that year to a new team, new players, new coaches, and everybody was getting new coaches in. So I mean, it should be exciting to see what he can do. And I'm kind of interested to see though, because they signed him to a 1-year deal. So now we have 4 RFAs next year. We have Perlini, Strome, DeBrincat, and Kajula. And all 4 of those guys have looked better since they started with the Hawks. Obviously, DeBrincat was with the Hawks the whole time, but Strome, Perlini, and Kajula have all taken off since coming to the Blackhawks.
Mm-hmm. Might be a little dangerous next offseason.
Yeah. Which I obviously DeBrincat, he's going to have to get paid. He has been nothing but a bright spot since he came. Dylan Strome, I think they can argue, maybe get him a bridge deal, and they can argue that, like, look what you did in Arizona, and look what you did once you came here, started playing with DeBrincat again. Like, this is all us. And Kajula, I don't know. I don't know what he'd be making.
It'll be interesting to see what he does with if he can stay healthy this whole year. Because there was times I forgot he was in on the team because he was out with what was it, a concussion or something?
It was multiple things, and I keep forgetting he's on the team too. But then I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm stoked because him and Taze just look so good together.
Yeah.
Which is funny because he's one of the ugliest people I've ever seen before in my life.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a hockey player though.
He's no Oscar Sundqvist though.
Oh. Fat poor son of a bitch.
That's tough.
Oh,
yeah, that's
not
tough.
a good one.
And
not
he
a
has to
good
wear
one.
Blues jersey. Fuck.
Yeah. Well, we'll be able to see him in action a week actually from now, training camp at the United Center, where we'll also see the new scoreboard. Super excited to see that thing too.
I'm so pumped for that.
Super excited to see that thing.
Yeah.
You can still get your tickets. They're like $5, right?
Yep, $5. Don't forget to get us our bobbleheads.
Yeah. Get your bobbleheads. Thing starts at 11 a.m. So I don't know. Probably
get there early.
Get there early, like
no,
9:30, 10.
All of you guys come at 11.
No, doors open at 11. Yeah,
you'll be fine.
Unless you want to get us bobbleheads.
Yeah.
If you're going to get us bobbleheads, then maybe go early. But no.
Yeah, there you go. I think they're doing a bunch of shit outside too. Like some.
Yeah. Well, they have like a ball hockey tournament, and they do like a marathon and stuff like that.
I think it's like kind of like when the draft was at the United Center. Like not to that level, but there'll be like a bunch of different shit going on.
And stuff.
Neat.
All right.
Neat.
So a week till that, a week and a day till preseason starts, and 26 days till the NHL season starts. We're getting there.
Hawk season.
Right.
We're getting there. Well, yeah, the Hawk season. That's my bad.
Yeah, 25 until the NHL, right?
24.
24.
Yep.
Icky.
All right.
Let's move on to some NHL talk.
Ciao.
The dominoes finally fell on a lot of free agents. Started out, I believe, with Jake Gardner. Right, once he signed that deal, then everybody else started signing theirs.
Riley Sheehan.
Was it Sheehan?
Oh, well, yeah, Clayton Keller. Well, you know what? The Clayton Keller came out, and I was like, oh, nice, an RFA way. He's an RFA next year. What the fuck? What about this year? What's going on? I don't give a shit about him.
Well, that's what I meant.
Arizona.
It was talking about it this year, yeah. So
I mean, say, like with the Clayton Keller thing, you're right, because I was like, I don't remember seeing him on the list of RFAs that are.
I know.
It's like, what are they doing? Arizona, stop showing off that you can sign guys now.
I know.
Because you got Phil.
That's such a good deal, though. I think for them, though.
Yeah, So it's funny because it's like a lot of people that I've been seeing. Half of them are like his analytics, like he's not good with the puck and all this stuff, and like that's a bad deal. And then the other half's like he has very high potential, and he was hurt last year, like a full healthy season, and a guy like maybe Phil Kessel on his line.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be a good fucking deal.
Well, yeah,
100%.
Having everybody back that's not like fucking injured on that team is going to be good for him. And I mean, it says that he played 82 games last year, so. But
really,
yeah. But he was doing really well when it was him and Nick Schmaltz together, and then Schmaltz got hurt, and so then I think his production kind of tailed off. But like you said, like if it's him, Schmaltz, and like Phil Kessel, fuck.
Dude, that team is going to be so – if they can stay healthy, they're going to be so fucking good.
They had the worst luck last year.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've gone over it, but like Christian Dvorak was hurt for a while. Michael Grabner was hurt for a while. Vinny Hinostroza, Nick Schmaltz. Like a lot of guys were just out for a while. And obviously that you can't win like that.
I think Arizona's
especially –
they're smart as shit to sign him now, because if they have a huge season and he plays fucking unreal, he probably would have commanded so much more money.
Oh yeah,
that's kind of like when they signed Dvorak. Like he has a very good upside, and they signed him before his year was up, and he ended up getting hurt, unfortunately, so he didn't play much last year. But I feel like he could have had a stellar year last year, and he could have asked for even more. So I mean, they're getting a lot of good deals on guys, and especially in that division. That division's not very strong. Besides, I mean, they got Calgary and Vegas, and then it's like kind of a toss up. I mean,
San
a lot of people say San Jose, but I don't know, man.
They can hang around, but they're not as good as they were.
Yeah, they're getting old. You don't know what you're getting out of Marty Jones. I'm not a huge fan of that defensive core. They lose Pavelski. I don't know. Yeah.
They also lost Jonas Downscory too.
Yeah.
They both went to Dallas, didn't they? Or no, Downscory went to Colorado. That's right.
He went to Colorado. And I mean, hey, they better get it in now. Their playoffs, because they're coming to the Central soon, and that's going to be tough for them.
It's going to get much, much more difficult for them.
So I was thinking about that.
They'll be okay against the Wild.
They'll be fine against the Wild. That's all right. I was thinking about that, though. Like, they added 2 teams to the NHL, and both are going to be in the West. So now there's going to be 2 extra teams not making the playoffs, and they're both going to be out of the West.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird.
Well, there's already 16 teams in the East.
Yeah. So it's
and there was 14.
It would even out.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
And then they added Vegas, and now they're adding Seattle, so that's 16 and 16.
Yeah.
Just to go back
I'm
real
stupid.
quick,
I'm sorry.
I was looking it up. Arizona, with their injuries, had 386 man games lost to injury last year.
Unreal.
Which is 3rd in the league.
Yeah.
Sick. Unreal. And that's coming from some major players too, like Antti Ranta.
Yeah. Wasn't
your
Chychrun hurt?
Starting goaltender?
Mm-hmm.
Jacob Chychrun missed like 50 plus games. So
he's good too. He is fucking solid.
Right. So I mean, they literally it got
also,
to a
he only
point
missed
where
like
they
30 games.
What?
He only missed like 30.
He must have missed a lot the previous season too.
He missed 30. He missed 30 that season too, though.
So 30 games.
I was gonna say
it's a good chunk.
Yeah,
they're missing a lot of other guys. That's a good chunk of games.
Right.
Absolutely.
And Phil Kessel hasn't missed a game in like 4 years.
Oh, don't jinx
Way
it.
to go.
Wow.
Just saying. No,
Jarom.
I'm looking at the stats right now. They're like comparing it to it. They're like,
well,
like,
you know what? Jarmelson didn't miss many games with the Hawks, and then he went to Arizona and missed almost a full season. So.
Yeah, and then he realized he was able to take the time off now to kind of relax.
Yeah, that's what
Phil got all those bruises from blocked shots.
But yeah, no, Jake Gardner.
Yeah.
No, he signs in Carolina for the same contract he had. He got 0. Like, he didn't get anything more. It's the same exact contract he had in Toronto.
They must have been lowballing him a lot.
Or he didn't get as many offers as he was expecting to.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I saw something that said like he had like some back issues, and that might have been scaring off some teams.
Yeah,
especially like he's not even that old, right? He's like 28, maybe.
Can we talk about?
29. He's 29 years old.
Yeah, he's 29,
and so like he only missed 20 games this season.
Born on the 4th of July.
I was
what a guy! What a guy!
He's Canadian. It doesn't matter.
No, he's not.
He's born in Minnesota.
Oh, he's fucking United States. Oh shit! I thought he was Canadian.
Nope.
Hilarious.
But he was the scapegoat in fucking Toronto for like any time they like did shit.
Yeah, and
I don't understand that.
I feel bad because like he got so much shit, and like he had a couple bad plays and like timely situations, but like overall, like he was very good for them. He was a solid D, and he could move the puck for them. He was very good. I think he's going to do well in Carolina. The limelight's not going to be on him, and they have a solid D core now. We were just talking about, and
so many defensemen.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like I think he's going to do very well down there, and he's definitely going to slot in the top 4 for them.
I can't believe how long he's actually been in the league so far. He's been in since 11, 12.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Been in there for a long time. I didn't think he's been around for more than like 5 years or so.
No, he was there for the 2013 season.
Yeah. That's crazy to me.
Since he's gone now, though, every lead from that 2013 season is gone. So.
Peaced out.
Oh,
how's that?
But almost every single one from the last 2 years is still there. So I don't know how you want to take that.
There you go.
They still have that losing pedigree. That's awesome. Okay, let's move on.
So with Gardner being signed now, you guys were just talking about it. Defenses. I mean, they've been dangling his name around for the past 2 years.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's the one guy you keep hearing about. He's a UFA after this year. With the guys that they have, I don't see them signing him to a big ticket, and he probably wants a little bit of a pay grade increase.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure.
Yep.
Upgrade.
Because I mean, then they got the only other guys up on their team or defense is Trevor Van Riemsdyk, Gustav Forsling, and then Hayden Fleury, and those guys are all bottom pairing guys.
Right.
So I mean, you don't have to pay them a ton of money. So I think they'd rather keep those guys and keep the other top four as is, and then just move Falk and see what they can get for him.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jake Gardner is now the oldest person on the defense core.
Yeah.
At 29. Well,
Trevor Van Riemsdyk's 28.
Yeah, man.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
No shit.
He wasn't
I didn't
like
know he was that old.
19 when we got him. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Thought he was younger than that.
okay.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Sorry.
I can't remember if we've mentioned this before or not, but Justin Williams is also not returning.
Oh, yeah, we didn't.
Quote unquote not returning.
He's taking a break. He's taking a break.
Yeah.
Was it more so just he's not sure if he wants to play anymore, or did something happen? Like, I'm kind of confused on that.
Is it like a Fisher situation?
Yeah, I think it's like a body kind of thing.
It's more. Because I mean, he's getting older. He's put a lot of miles in, and
a lot of game sevens.
I mean, a lot of game sevens, and well, I mean, wins a cup. What he won? Did he win both in LA? He won in Washington. He won back when with Carolina.
In Carolina, yeah.
But I mean, like recently, like that's a lot of games for that type of player. He's not like a skill guy either, so he's got to work his ass off. And then I mean, they go to the conference final last year. I mean, it's a short summer for him. Yeah, a lot of people are saying he's just doing it so he doesn't have to go to training camp, which would be fucking hysterical. He signed like right away in October and was like, "No, I'm good now. Yeah, I'm all right.
Let's get it going."
Yeah, but yeah, no, I wonder if they're looking good and they're having a good season again if he comes in late and jumps in for another playoff push for him.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to believe that him being 37 years old, he's saying, "Oh, I'm taking a break." I mean, he's either planning on coming back this year or he's just got to retire. There's no way he's going to be able to jump in, especially if he misses a whole year.
And then you got Joe Thornton, 40 years old, signing another contract, and he's blown both of his ACLs before, and he's just like, "No, I'm good, man. Like, I'll keep going.
We're fine."
Yeah. I'm just going to sign another contract on my lawnmower.
I was going to say, I don't know if you guys saw this, but since we were just speaking about Carolina, there was this one like interview with like Andrei Svechnikov, and he's been doing like over the off seasons, I guess he does like boxing for training. And I guess one of the like somebody in the interviewers was like, "Oh, who do you think is like the best boxer?" Assuming he would like actually say a boxer's name, and he just said Obi.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my god.
That's hysterical.
Without missing a beat, Ovi.
It's just Ovi. You probably looked at the guy like, "Are you silly? Like, did you see what he did to my face last year?
He ruined me."
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That is hysterical.
It's so funny. One of my favorite things about the offseason is the European players talking to European media and then it getting translated into American because it's always like, what the fuck? They don't give a fuck when they're over there.
What was it, the Kel McCarr one? What was the impulse buy that you had? Well, I went and got a Slurpee. I don't usually do that.
I usually don't do that.
I saw a behind the scenes video because you know how they're shooting the stuff down at Fifth Third right now.
Yeah, the NHL Media Day stuff.
Yeah. So they have Kale McCarr out there, and he was putting something together, and he just had a big bag of kale, and he was like, "Well, my name is Kale, and here's a bag of kale," and he just like shoved it into his mouth, and I was just like, "What's going on at Media Day?"
So I was thinking, did he get paid at all? Because he jumped in the playoffs, like, so he hasn't gotten a paycheck yet, like. So impulse buy of a Slurpee is probably pretty good for him because he's a broke college kid still, right? Like.
I mean, he got paid something.
Probably like
I don't know. They don't get paid.
Bonus or something.
I've got a cap hit of $880,000.
What's his estimate?
That's for this year.
Does it say his estimated?
No, it's got 18-19 on it.
185,000.
185,000 in just the playoff. basically.
So it must have been a signing bonus for coming on.
Yeah.
Oh god, I would hope so. He's gonna be fucking good, man.
Yeah. We got to watch out for Colorado.
And then add Byram
Yeah.
into that too.
Yeah, and Sam Girard. So fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boys.
Fuck is right.
I
It was a
can't
good
wait.
season.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited for our like NHL season preview episodes because I can't wait to fucking just like overanalyze everything.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Especially like a lot of people. I mean, the Central's so stacked right now, but a lot of people are underestimating the Hawks, and I really feel like they're gonna surprise a lot of teams and a lot of people because I really truly like the lineup that they have going into the season, and I haven't liked their lineup in a couple of years, so
Yeah.
I'm fucking stoked.
Yes,
Hockey.
let's fucking go.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Speaking of screaming and weirdness, Pierre Maguire is no longer number one.
Yes, that was another thing that I wanted to mention. So they took him off. He's still going to be on NBC. They just took him off the main team and replaced him with Brian Boucher, which phenomenal decision. Brian Boucher is fantastic.
I like Boucher and Ray Ferraro.
Yeah.
I like both of them. I think they both do a very good job. So I'm excited to see Boucher in a lot more games because he transitioned to that role very well.
Yeah, he does really well, and I like how he can kind of bring you the goalie perspective of things.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Well, fuck off. But he's not he's not totally ignorant to the thought process of a forward or a defenseman either. So like he understands the whole thing. It's not like he's just focusing on the goalie side of things.
Yeah, he definitely does. Which counterpoint when it's like Ray Ferraro, he doesn't bring that goalie aspect because he's not sure. So yeah, no, that is a very good point. I do like he does a very good job of analyzing every single situation of every player.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Pierre Maguire will still be around. Which whatever, but
well, if we are talking about like commentators, Kendall Coyne.
I was just about to say, that's what I was about to say too.
She's got a job with San Jose.
Yeah, she will be. She'll be doing select games with the Sharks, I believe, as the color analyst.
Yeah, color commentator.
Yeah, so really exciting for her. I'm happy for her because she actually did really, really well in that role.
And she did very well. It's just I feel like it's something that like she needs to keep doing because she has the great potential. You could tell she was a little shy on camera, which who wouldn't be, especially like your first time doing it in the season. So yeah, like once she gets a couple games under her belt, she's gonna do very well at that.
Yeah. Well, I think the thing with her, the first one was, obviously just trying to figure it out, get the group of it and everything like that.
And when to jump in and like it's hard. I can't imagine.
Plus, she was sued by Pierre at the very beginning, so sorry.
Tie it all together.
That's actually the reason that they dropped him from
the. See you later, Pierre.
You fucked Kendall Coyne. We gotta get him out of here.
Yeah. But she ended up doing a bunch of TV stuff. Like she went on to NHL Network, did a bunch of shit there.
She had a big year. She was in the All-Star game, or not the All-Star game, but the skills comp.
Skills competition. Yeah. Yep. So, no, really, I'm really happy for her because I think this is something that she was kind of saying on her Instagram. This is something like I didn't realize I love to do. Yeah. It's kind of me branching out, figuring something else out. So, no, really cool for her. I'm excited to see her in that role. So,
just thinking about like girls hockey too. The NWHL, didn't they sign a deal to be streamed on Twitch as well? So like they have a platform for their games being
So I'm still confused about that whole thing. Like I don't know, like the major players aren't gonna be there, but like they're still finding ways to like improve that league. So I don't know. Like that's a big step for them, but some of your major players that you want to showcase aren't going to be there. So it's like, I don't know.
Isn't also a way
the whole thing.
Isn't it maybe them also stepping up, showing like, hey, this is what we were doing. So kind of like to the player association, the women's player association, like It's kind of like, hey, this is what we're doing. Come back aboard and let's go.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, that's awesome that they were able to make that deal done, especially with the way everything's going. Everything's going live stream. Like they're gonna be ahead of the curve of every other sport. So that's huge.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing now. I mean, and they're looking for exposure here, right? I mean, if you're able to just kind of stream it, just be like, hey, watch our game for free. Like, there it is, So
yeah, if it's like the front page of Twitch when like people
100%.
open it up, like some people just tune in because it's there, check it out.
Absolutely.
Watch some hockey.
And on top of that, the Women's Player Association, they're doing their own set of games. They're going to like 3 cities, I think. I think it's like Toronto, Chicago, and I'm blanking on the last one. But basically,
kind of like a tournament.
Yeah. So basically, all
like a showcase.
Games, all the big names that aren't playing in the NWHL are now playing their own little tournament, which is pretty cool too.
Maybe we should check it out.
100%.
Good.
I would love to see that.
Right.
I would love to see that. So, what else do we have? I'm blanking.
You guys want to talk EA?
Yeah, that's right.
EA
so EA came out with a couple of different rankings and things like that. I know we went through a bunch of that on the last episode, but it came out for alumni players.
Yes.
And for the Blackhawks, they had Stan Mikita, Chris Chelios, and Jeremy Roenick, correct?
Yeah, I can pull up the whole
just a few.
Yeah. Where Chris Chelios was the highest ranked out of the 3 of them.
Don't agree with that.
To me.
Do
that
not agree with that.
It's pretty excited not to see Bobby Hull's fat face on there.
Why?
No Amante either. What the fuck?
I don't like him. Yeah, that was really interesting to me. They've got a whole huge list.
All right, here's the team. Here's the team. Adrian Aucoin, Adam Burish, Eddie Belfour, Mark Bell, Keith Brown, Brian Campbell, Keith Carney, Chris Chelios, Jim Cummins, Tony Esposito, Doug Gilmore, Michael Goulet.
Michelle Goulet.
Is that really how you say it?
Yeah, Michelle Goulet.
Oh, shit. I thought you were just – never mind. Sue Grimson, Michael Hanzus, Phil Housley, Dennis Hall, Cliff Coral, Brian Marshman, Steve Larmer, Jocelyn Lemieux, John Martz, Stan Mikita, Troy Murray, Bob Murray, Eddie Olczyk, Bob Probert, Jeremy Roenick, Phil Russell, Tomo Rutu, Dennis Savard, Gary Smith, Brent Sutter, and Steve Thomas.
So I feel like it's kind of they left a lot of guys off because it's kind of nice to see new faces come in and new alumni and not just see the same people every single time. Like, there's guys where it's like, I can't believe they left them off the list, but it's like, it is kind of nice to see new people and new faces on there. Like, I mean, the Hawks have such a historic franchise. Like there's so many big name alumni. And I mean, there's guys like that we remember from the shitty times, like Tuomo Ruutu and Mark Bell and Adrian Aucoin. Like those guys were the big named guys back then. So, I mean, I know they're not huge names compared to the other list of guys that the Hawks have had, but I mean, it's kind of cool to see those guys get in there.
And looking into it too, I was reading it's not supposed to be like the top alumni team. It's
not an all-time team.
Yeah,
it's just an alumni.
It's basically players that they were able to negotiate the rights.
A deal with.
Yeah.
So that's why those guys are in there. They're trying to get a deal.
Yeah, so Bobby Hull probably was asking for like $1 million, and they're like,
no, all he wanted was a case of beer. Leave him alone.
I saw Jocelyn on there, and I almost popped a chubby because I thought it was going to be Jocelyn Thibault, but it wasn't.
But it was that. It's weird how Gilmore's on there. I wonder, he's got to be on the Leafs one too, because
he's 100%.
Yeah, I would assume
his career's more. He's remembered more as a Leaf than a Hawk.
I would assume some of the guys that have played multiple teams, like Chelios, I'm going to assume he's also going to be on the.
Well, he's on Detroit as well.
He's on Detroit.
Yeah.
Too.
So is Probert.
Right.
So that's what I'm really pumped to see. I'm so happy about Probert's on that team.
Yeah.
Joke's on you. There's no fighting in this game.
They removed it.
They took it out.
I'm not sure how they can have Mark Bell on here without having Kyle Calder and Tyler Arneson.
That's what I was saying. We need the ABC line.
I need the ABC line,
or the car line with Ruutu in there.
Yeah, I mean, just doesn't work otherwise. So we'll see. Who knows?
That's probably the most random out of the three names on that line that to actually make the game. I would have said Calder.
Yeah. Well, Keith Carney? I mean, I liked Keith Carney back in the 90s, but like he wasn't necessarily somebody who like stood out on the Blackhawks, you know. So no, kind of cool, kind of interesting, a different thing through NHL 20 to make it pop out a little bit, I guess. So I'll buy it still. I always do.
This Friday.
Always do.
13th. Let's go.
Always do. I'll probably play it for a week and then be done with it. So
can't wait.
Yeah. It's gonna be the best week of my life.
Poach, you have Xbox, right?
I think so.
What do you mean you think so? What do you use?
I haven't used it in so long. Like, and when I turn it on, it makes this horrible, horrible noise.
Steal the PlayStation back.
I think I might.
Because I only have PlayStation now.
I think I might.
So goofy though. NHL games with Xbox and then just a PlayStation one.
Well, buy both. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. There was a 1 year that I did that. I bought one for 360 and one for Xbox One back in like 2015 because
none
of you guys had Xbox One yet, and I was like, all right, I'll just get both.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I haven't played. Yeah,
that was dumb.
It was stupid. I still think it's weird the like cover. Like I'm used to like an action shot, and it's just like a.
Like a glamour photo.
Yeah.
Speaking of Austin Matthews,
does he have the stash?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm bringing up. Speaking of Austin Matthews, the media day, like you see all the like videos of him with the mustache, like leading up to him. Like, oh, it's maybe it's his off season thing, and then he goes to the media day, and he's got like the cover over his face, and he drops it down, and it's just the stash. Like, oh well, he's sticking with that.
Yeah,
I love it.
Narcos Matthews is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
it looks great.
Can we also real quick? I'm looking at the alumni list a little bit further. Can we talk about how awesome Larry Robinson looks here?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's phenomenal.
Stellar.
He looks like he looks like the guy from Eastbound and Down. What's his name?
Kenny Powers.
Yeah, total Kenny Powers right here.
That's a good look.
That's hilarious.
Huge fan of that. So. All right, what do you guys got going on? Rest of the day, rest of the week till we talk again.
Oh, I don't know. Just got my birthday come up.
Wait, what is that?
What day?
So tomorrow, or when this episode releases on Monday. So not big. Just a big 3-0. It's fucking weird.
Are you panicking a little bit?
No. I'm not panicking, dude. You're panicking.
I fuck.
I'm not freaking out. You're freaking out.
Good stuff.
Well, yeah, my birthday. I'm not gonna be 30, so I'm not freaking out.
Hey Tanner, if you're an NHL player, you'd be close to retirement.
Nah, dude, not for goalies. I'm in my prime.
Well.
All right.
You'd probably get beat out by some rookie like Matt Murray or something.
And then
go to Vegas.
Second mega deal with Vegas. Yeah.
Go to the final and lose, but it's fine. You got a cup already.
It's fine. It's all right.
That's all right. I got 3.
You've already got 2.
And no state income, so whatever.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's all that matters.
I'm excited. I'm going to Vegas. Apparently.
I don't know how this happened. I don't know how we got here, but
when's your flight?
Oh,
you got to get going, or
I got to check with the team.
Yeah.
So,
get the sign off.
I don't know. What do you guys got going on?
Apparently celebrating your birthday, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know I was signing up for this. I don't know.
Just waiting for my condo to be ready.
Yeah. Well, another 20 or 30 days for that. Bobby Moe season has started, so
training camp or
training camp was this past week. So I'm very tired already, but it's fun. I missed it. I didn't realize how much I missed it until I actually got back at the rink, and I was like, "Wow, okay, I'm ready to go." Like, let's get this shit out of the road.
Is Coach Poetz in full mode yet, or?
Coach Poetz is definitely he's back. He's certainly he's having a great time with Coach Bobby Moe.
Coach Poetz.
It's
Coach,
it's certainly can somebody answer that goddamn telephone, please?
There's no phone going off. I don't know.
Real professional.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Police Car.
Dude, I can't control that shit.
That was loud as fuck. That sounded like it was inside the apartment.
Well, I mean,
Chicago.
Yeah, bud. It's the natural sounds of Chicago. So,
yeah.
Speaking of that, somebody got stabbed down the block yesterday.
Speaking of natural sounds of Chicago.
Yeah. So the sirens are going off real bad on Friday.
Did they make it out okay? Or
yeah, it wasn't like anything big. It was like at the Verizon store down the street. Like apparently they were just like
honestly.
I got stabbed.
I feel that. I feel that.
Like,
if I could stab somebody at Sprint, I would.
Third time this week, but whatever. I'm fine.
Hey, just so you know, that's recorded now, Poets. And
yeah, I know.
It was premeditated.
Got that first social media clip for the week.
Yeah. No kidding.
Tag Sprint in it.
Speaking of people dying, yesterday I saw It Too. Y'all. That shit was good as hell.
How's Bill Hader in it?
Christ, I was going to say, what the fuck kind of transition is that?
Sorry.
I was like, what do you mean you saw somebody die?
No, the whole stabbing thing reminded me.
Crazy. Stabbing.
Yeah. Bill Hader literally is the movie. He's so good in this movie.
Dude, I fucking love Bill Hader. He is goddamn good.
His character was pretty spot on. They all were. They all were dead on. The only thing that sucked was they did flashback scenes to when they were kids, and they've all grown up and their voices have changed. But it's supposed to be before the big fight even happened.
Yeah.
So they had to do voiceovers, and it did not sync up at all, and it threw me for a total curveball. But that was literally the only thing that did not work for that movie. It was fantastic. Highly recommend. Go see it.
Okay.
I'll see it when it comes out on DVD.
Okay, I'll go see it.
In early 2000s, bro?
David. Yeah, get a 4K Blu-ray.
Wait till it
boy.
comes on 4K.
Get a 4K Blu-ray.
Uh-oh.
No, my video lagged. That's what happened.
Sure.
I love the face that
just throw it out there. I don't know.
Your video did lag before, and you're talking about, well, he just wasn't getting paid.
No, it didn't lag that time, actually.
That was just a burp.
Yeah, it's just, All right. Well,
yeah,
it's raining. It's Sunday.
We should probably end this.
Go back to bed.
Training camp, that's Sunday. Remember, get your bobbleheads for us. We'll set up a meeting place. You guys can just deliver them all to us there. So,
but also don't stab us, Sprint.
Yeah, please refrain.
Nobody from Sprint, come stab us.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thanks for joining along. This was episode 72.
The Bread Man.
The Bread Man.
Yeah. The Artemi. For Poets, Nolly, Tanner, and Jarom. We'll see y'all later.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Tanner.
Bye. Love you, Tanner. Happy birthday.
Follow the boys on Twitter at WCBPodcast, on Instagram at WCBPodcast, and like them on Facebook, the Windy City Benders Podcast.